We will have a moment of silent meditation and then pledge to the flag. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. It is August 7th, 2019, 10 o'clock. All three county commissioners, Tom Bloom, Ed Hawkins, and Sean Sikora, just in case anyone needs their names, are here. At this time, we'll have consents and approvals. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you. We have 68 exonerations for $23,495.35 and one additional listing for a create statement for $1,286.64. Vouchers, General County Fund, $772,920.14. Coal severance, $6,862.50. 911, $13,493.84. Chestnut Ridge Park, $13,419.77. Mason-Dixon Park, $2,336.43. Reallocated coal, $4,484.08. Assessor's valuation, $3,474.58. Purchasing card vouchers, General County Fund, $12,738.70. 911, $1,102.35. Home confinement, $8,164.67. Chestnut Ridge Park, $980.21. Mason-Dixon Park, $162.25, for a voucher total of $840,139.52. The position vacancies for boards and authorities: Western Board of Zoning, Western Board of Zoning Appeals, Mon County Planning Commission, Monongalia County Development Authority, Mon County Building Commission, Camp Muffley Advisory Board, Deckers Creek PSD, which I believe we're taking care of later, Abandoned and Dilapidated Enforcement Agency. Fiduciary orders for August 7th, 2019. We have a statement of services for George Armistead in the estates of Thomas Moore, Nicole Grace Thibodeau, and Patty Louise Osborne. And then we also have expenses that were incurred for estates that were reassigned to George Armistead because of Cynthia Van Stafford's resignation. For Christopher John Bice estate, Ruth Nimchek, and Oleg Jefimko. I'm not sure how you say that.
That's all right. We're not going to repeat it.
Okay.
Move for approval? Second.
Bob, moving second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Are we addressing
The letter received from
The letter.
Attorney Raymond Yackle.
That's under.
It's under correspondence.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's under fiduciary. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is. You're right. Hold on.
Okay. That's all right. Yackle, not Jackal.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
That was a good movie.
So we received a letter from Attorney Ray Yakel in the estate of Shirley Godfrey. He says, "It is my understanding from speaking with Mr. Armistead that new fiduciary commissioners have been appointed recently. As you are aware, I timely objected to the final accounting of Mark Godfrey in the Shirley Godfrey estate, and I have been trying for a considerable period of time to get this matter before a fiduciary commissioner. With the new fiduciary commissioners having been appointed, I would ask you to refer this matter to the more experienced fiduciary commissioner, at least in terms of a year in the state bar, and allow this matter to proceed so we can resolve this accounting issue." So I'm not sure which fiduciary commissioner this would fall to, but
Was there a concern that
There
also-
was a conflict of interest with Mr. Armistead. He had represented,
Right.
I believe, Mr. Godfrey before.
yes.
So we need to, why don't we
Well,
just-
is one of the three new ones,
Does it matter?
at least a year
Well, I
past?
don't think it's going to make much difference.
Yeah. It wouldn't matter, would it, if I can ask? So we
It
could.
should not matter.
Okay.
You have 3 fiduciary
That's-
commissioners
yeah.
and
Well, I mean, I understand Ray's concern, but, you know, that's just a concern that we'll have to deal with.
I think we just referred to a,
we would refer it to, if it's the wish of the commission, we would refer it to one of the newer fiduciary commissioners, and if Mr. Yackel is not satisfied, then he can always appeal that decision to circuit court.
okay. I agree.
I will move that we go ahead and refer it to the fiduciary commissioners, the newly appointed, one of the newly appointed.
Second.
Pop and moving second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That resolves that issue. Okay, now, number 4, introduction of new employees and personnel changes. Do we have any? Okay, summertime. Okay, at this time, we can have comments from the public. Would anyone like to come down, state your name, your address, and you have 3 minutes. We look forward to hearing from you.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'd like to address Arthur P. Scotchell Estate again.
Okay, could you put your address again, just so we have it?
Do you want the Morgantown or Star City?
Whichever one you would like.
1444 Saratoga Avenue.
Okay, thank you.
The matters that we had a hearing that was supposed to be scheduled for May 22nd, which was continued. Is there no time limit to the provisions of whatever they're trying to do? Because we don't agree with it, the heirs. And from letters that has been addressed to you that was postmarked February 27, 2019 by Patty Ann Mitchell, again on May 14th, 2 separate incidences that are subject to controversy, in my opinion, because of the way this estate has been handled in its past 10 years. And whenever this thing started, I was 56 years old, and now I'm 67. And I just sent a letter to you dated Monday and was stamped into the estate's file. And I think it needs to be addressed, and I wish to become a participant in that hearing because I wish it to be denied the fourth accounting of Keith Pappas due to the fact that it's incomplete. The appraisals were never done properly. He sold property before a will contest. He allowed things to go on, and so did the fiduciary commissioner at the time, which I think that it's time for this county to revise, maybe even having fiduciary commissioners and go into a different form of reacting to estate problems by appointing somebody in the county like Marion County or the different statutes that the codes allow, because reading into some of these codes in Article 44, there's things that our rights have been refused, ignored. And I was never even identified, and I'm still not being identified because of the different controversies by the legal teams, that I was the original executor. I was the one that was taking care of Uncle Art's properties at the time of his death. I know exactly what he had, how much money was being brought in, and why this was never acknowledged or ever brought into the floor mat is beyond me. And then to see that in Mr. Pappas's fourth and final accounting, it says reconstruction of this estate. Why would you need to reconstruct an estate whenever all the facts are there? Mm-hmm. I pray that you do something quick, because it's time to put a time limit to this ongoing thing. They've let every statute of limitations run out on me for different things which is even in controversy, like my deed of trust for one piece of property, that he sold the property in 2011, but Mr. Pappas filed a paper in here that it expired on February 2014. And then the bank has a title insurance that excludes my deed of trust.
Okay.
So I'd appreciate this investigated as soon as possible, please.
Yes. I know it's been a long time.
Can I ask you to
Point of,
suspend the rules so that
Sure.
we can address this?
We'll try and address this, Mr. Scotchell.
About a month ago, we had a hearing scheduled because we were tired of this thing dragging along, and we
Right.
had decided we were going to go ahead and have a hearing.
It's actually probably been longer than that, but yeah.
Yeah, because it was going to, I thought it was supposed to happen prior to July. the week before the hearing, or was it the
It
day
was
before the
a
hearing?
couple of days before,
We were
yeah.
told that both attorneys were working on it, and they were gonna work it out. So we suspended the hearing.
Right.
And here we are 2 months later, and it doesn't seem like we're any farther along. It sounds like we just need to bite the bullet, schedule the hearing, and get this resolved. That's my opinion.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to give you a date to consider today until I
No,
talk
but
to the two
we
parties.
need to, it would be my wish that we contact both sides and said, listen, we
Okay.
scheduled a hearing, you guys tried to work this out outside the hearing. Here we are, it's still not resolved, and it's still with no end in sight. And we would like to ask for dates to formally schedule a hearing.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna add that because we could ask for a hearing, but again, we're gonna run into the same problem with the
Yeah,
two. But
they-
just say, ask for dates within the next, give us the time period, the
Yeah.
next 4 weeks.
Right, and I would suggest no continuances.
And no continuance, okay,
That's
Because
fine
that's-
with me.
yes.
To my opinion, that's been part of the problem is they've simply been unable to agree on something as simple as dates.
Yes.
So we need to force a date and move
Okay.
forward.
I don't think we need a motion. I think all three of us agree that
Yes.
if we could make the recommendation to send that out within 4 weeks.
Within 4 weeks, you want a hearing?
I think 4 weeks is being fair.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Let's see what
Need
happens.
to be notified?
I hope so.
I've never been notified.
Well, that,
even at the
okay,
last hearing.
just to tell you, that's your attorney and between you
I
and
have
them.
no attorney.
Well,
There's no attorney for the estate.
Well, okay, I will make sure that you get notified. So at least you get notified. Okay, thank you.
And can we make a ruling if I can become?
Well, we can't rule on anything else,
We're done
but
here.
right now, we're just gonna set this up and we'll go from there. And then see what happens, okay? Thanks, Lou. Anyone else would like to speak? No one? Okay. Moving forward, we're looking at Colleen Kuhn with grants.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
I have a request for reimbursement for the JJDB program, the Voices 2, in the amount of $1,634.13. Another JJDP, this is the DMC portion, in the amount of $3,479.33. And the VOCA grant in the amount of $5,438.98.
Move for approval?
Second.
Papa moving second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Any unfinished business?
Correspondence.
Oh, I apologize. Correspondence. So CC.
No, sir.
I didn't think it was. Okay. Unfinished business.
No, sir.
Okay. Looking at new business. To consider for approval requisition number 18 for the Morgantown Industrial Park Series 2017 A project fund.
The request from the developer is in the amount of $202,599.76. $40,000 would be to Adrian Enterprises for project management, and the remainder, $162,599.76, would be to Stone Paving Incorporated.
Move for approval?
Second.
Bob's moving second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consideration to approve an appointment to the Deckers Creek Public Service District.
We had a vacancy due to the passing away of Merritt Walls, who had served on Deckers Creek PSD for many, many years. We have received an application from Fred Friend, and he is seeking to be appointed to the board. Apparently, the board has requested that he fill out an application.
Move to approve?
Second.
Bob moving second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Consideration to approve fund in the amount of $17,690 to assist with the repaving of Valley View Avenue in conjunction with WVU Medicine, Morgantown Utility Board, and the owner of Chateau Royale Apartments.
Move for approval?
Second.
It's been moved in second. Is there discussion? I just want to make sure that people understand that this was a cooperative effort. We realize that in 2 weeks that parking garage will be open. That's 852 cars, at least twice a day, and there's almost 750 to 1,000 people who walk down that road. And we are taking care of something that the DOH was going to take care of, but they, due to whatever reasons, got moved back for a year. and delayed, and we really needed to resolve it. Also, it resolves the issue of cars going into the city of Morgantown neighborhood and using back roads. So I believe this is cooperation in trying to resolve an issue, and hopefully this will help out the situation. Seeing no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, passes unanimously. Any other new business?
No, sir.
We're moving forward. Reports from elected officials. Anyone like to say anything? Okay, nope. Okay, reports from county commissioners. This time, Sean, you go first.
Since last meeting, last Friday, we had our Ethics Commission training. I appreciate the West Virginia Ethics Commission coming to Mon County and offering the training for any entities, the public entities, or nonprofits that wanted to participate. It was a very informative session, and it's always good to kind of make sure that we're doing things the way we should be doing things. In the evening, we had the extension building meeting, which again, we're starting to get into a lot of moving parts, and it was a very productive meeting. My schedule this week is still light due to my inability to be able to drive. So meetings I've been participating in has been via teleconference, and it's pretty much about it. That's all I have.
Thank you.
I will just add that at the ethics training, that all 3 county commissioners were in attendance at this particular training. It also afforded me the opportunity, Sunday through Tuesday, where I did represent our county, along with Renetta and Colleen, at the West Virginia County Commissioners Conference, and I was able not to have to go through the ethics training again because Teresa Kirk spoke again at our meeting. It was very good. It was good to see this perspective of other counties. Is offered when you go to a conference like this. We all have problems in our individual counties, but some of them are in common and some of them are not. One, of course, is the regional jail bill, which we hope at some point in time will be a resolution along the state level. This Friday, I will be in attendance at the Rush Run. This is dedicated in the memory of Sydney Rush. She was a young lady who lost her life, but it's sponsored by her peers as well as 4-H and Extension. This is 6 p.m. at the rail trail at Saberton, since the amphitheater in downtown Morgantown is still under construction. Next week opens up the Mon County Fair. Fair Parade begins on downtown Morgantown and Tuesday through Saturday at Milan Park. I'm going to ask that individuals, please, if you've got a concern, come to the fair. It's going to make you happy. You see kids working, you see a lot of kids having fun. I've got one letter, however, that I want to read. If you have a business and you would like to participate, please come to the sale. Everybody assumes that a child that has an animal for sale at the fair has lots of bidders. This isn't always the case, and I'd like to read this letter. This is from the ham, bacon, and egg sale. Dear Mr. Hawkins, thank you so much for buying my eggs at the ham, bacon, and egg sale. It really meant a lot to me, especially after I thought no one was going to buy them. Not every child comes from the same circumstance. Sometimes it's the inability of a child to go out and actually confront or speak to people about being a bidder. Sometimes it's the inability of the child to have those parents who are willing to drive them around to do this. So I would encourage you to come out. If you have a business, support these children at this fair. It's really rewarding when you get this kind of thank you, if nothing else.
And that's a perfect lead-in for 48 hours from now, the North Elementary Back to School Bash. It's probably going to be the largest in the state of West Virginia, one of the largest in the country. And for exactly what you said, for having the students come in, they're going to be able to get backpacks, school supplies, haircuts, free clothing. We have 50,000 pounds now of food that is coming in produce, and it's gotten so large that the Lorenzes are willing to give their parking lot. So we're going to be transporting by some golf carts and cars the people up North Elementary and then bring them all the way back. And this is a community effort, and I want to thank everyone for doing that. And that is all I have.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Properly moved in second. We'll be out of here.